So apparently, Wuthering Waves is putting an elemental reaction system into Wuthering Waves. And if they are actually doing this, the way that I've been told they're doing this, I don't know how Genshin players are going to cope with the fact that Wua has everything Genshin has, but better. Let me read this and be the judge for myself, because this sounds a little bit too good to be true. Yeah, let's read this shit right now. Here we go. Negative status. Special mechanics explain, okay? It's not an elemental reaction, it's just dots. Oh, okay, even better. I am the dot guy. I do like this quite a bit. All right, let's see this real quick. Okay, so this is being introduced with Phoebe. I think the only character that has negative status right now is Spectro Rover, where they have, Spectro Frazzle, yeah. During battles, certain attribute attacks inflict negative status on the target. Negative status comes in 6 types, each carrying different effects. Take the new Resonator Phoebe in version 2.1 as an example. She can utilize the Spectro Frazzle effect for a strategic advantage in battle. Let's examine how Spectro Frazzle works. Are they going to have interplay? I wonder. Certain Spectro attacks inflict a stackable Spectro Frazzle effect. Spectro Frazzle effect deals Spectro damage to the target at regular intervals during its duration, while reducing 1 stack of Spectro Frazzle. So it's kind of like a dance of keeping it up to 10 stacks. I believe 10 stacks is the max. The damage inflicted on Spectro Frazzle effect depends on the Resonator's level, the enemy's damage, and damage res. The number of Spectro Frazzle effect stacks, it is not influenced by the Resonator's attack, crit rate, or other factors. So it scales off of Resonator level, the enemy's defense, and damage res, which to me seems like these dots are always going to do the same amount of damage. I wonder why they're not having it scale off of attack. You'll have consistent damage, but I think I would prefer if it's scaled with attack, but I'm going to have to see how it's implemented in-game. This is very, very, very odd to me. I've never heard of any dot system that works like this. Okay, inflict negative status on enemies. Rover Spectro performed enhanced Resonator skills when Rover Spectro has more than 50% of diminutive sound to inflict 2 stacks of Spectro Frazzle effect and shimmer on the target. Targets affected by shimmer retain their Spectro Frazzle effect stacks, even though the effect normally decreases stacks upon dealing damage. Okay, Resonance Liberation applies 6 stacks of Spectro Frazzle effect to all targets in range. Okay, so Rover Spectro is most likely going to become meta with Phoebe, which is great. I always love when the MC is actually viable. This is why, and I've said this for years, that the Rover is the most free-to-play unit in all of gacha games. So this is great. Rover became even more meta. Phoebe Confession. Phoebe, in her confession status, is adept at inflicting Spectro Frazzle effect on enemies. Heavy attack, Star Flash applies 5 stacks of Spectro Frazzle. This means that with Rover's ult and Phoebe's heavy attack, this is going to stack you up to 11, which is hard capped at 10, so you'll get max stacks of Spectro Frazzle if you're able to quick swap fast enough. Upon entering the confession status, Phoebe can immediately perform heavy attack Star Flash twice. Resonance Liberation inflicts 8 stacks of Spectro Frazzle effect on the target. Now, the reason why this is off-putting to me is because right here, with a proper stacking, you're going to have 19 possible stacks of Spectro Frazzle, but in reality, you're only going to get 10 because it's capped. If multiple Resonators apply Spectro Frazzle effect to the same target, its base damage is determined by the highest level Resonator. Okay, yeah, 10 is max? Yeah, absolutely. So this is good that the stacks will be overwritten in case you have a low-level character. You don't need to max your Rover for using her as a max-level Phoebe. That's a very good thing to keep in mind. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm too big of a fan of the way this is applied, but we're going to have to wait and see. Yeah, and it also depends on how quickly these stacks are dropping. I need these stacks to be dropping very, very, very quickly. Otherwise, overcapping is going to be fucking miserable. However, if Spectro Frazzle ticks very fast, then it might not matter, but I don't feel like it's going to. They can make it so stacks above max detonate instantly. I also think they should do that. This is definitely a work in progress, 100%. Utilize negative status for more buffs. Yeah, in addition to the inherent effects of negative status, some Resonators receive extra bonuses when battling foes with negative status. Good. So certain characters will be viable to play with dot teams. So the more dots somebody has on it, the more damage they're going to do. Great. So Phoebe Absolution status. Phoebe and her Absolution status gains increased combat strength against enemies with Spectro Frazzle effect. Great. Heavy attack star flash benefits from enhanced damage multiplier. And under absolution status, she can perform it 4 times. The outro skill also boosts enhanced damage multiplier. Okay. Negative status effects can be enhanced by certain weapons. Sonata effects and echo skills. Great. Spectro MC prevents stacks from decreasing. Is that true? Choose your tactics wisely by selecting weapons and effects that boost your combat effectiveness. Okay. All right. Yes. Well, then it just sounds like a lot of your character's kit is going to be fucking wasted, considering that you can stack to 10 almost immediately. It doesn't really sound that fun as it could. I wonder why they don't raise the stack amount, like, much higher. 10 seems so low. Like, 10 is vanilla World of Warcraft. I feel like they could have done at least 50. They need feedback? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is a work in progress, and that's why I'm really happy with this company is they try new things. We can already see where it's going to be fucked up. We'll let them know, and then I'm assuming they'll change very, very, very soon. Yeah, I'm excited to see how they balance this. All right, so we also have new things like arrow erosion. I'm not familiar with this one at all. Certain arrow attacks will inflict stackable arrow erosion on enemies. Arrow erosion inflicts arrow damage to the target at regular intervals as long as it lasts, with more stacks resulting in greater damage. This is what I figured every dot would be like. This one makes sense. Havoc Bane. Certain Havoc attacks will have inflict Havoc Bane on enemies. Accumulate stacks automatically while it remains active. Once it reaches maximum stacks, it deals Havoc damage to the target, removes Havoc Bane, and applies Havoc Bane to nearby characters. Oh, that's really cool. So it'll get max, explode, and then spread to other enemies. Okay, so if all of these are in mind, and there's that many different interplayable dots, this could actually be a lot of fun. Yeah, so Havoc Bane is like a virus. Yeah, no, wait, that's really sick. When you see how all of them are implemented. Varus R, yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's awesome. All right, Fusion Burst. Certain fusion attacks will inflict stackable fusion bursts on enemies. Once Fusion Burst hits max stacks, it ignites, removes those stacks, dealing fusion damage. So this is probably a buildable nuke. Okay, I'm assuming Freeze will do a CC. Certain Glacio attacks will inflict stackable Glacio Chafe on enemies. As Glacio Chafe stacks increase, the target's speed gradually decreases. Oh, that's so cool. What the fuck? And upon reaching max stacks, the target is frozen. Dude, if Carlotta gets Glacio Chafe, she just wins. She just wins. They'll never be able to get to her. They're moving at 0 miles an hour, and then they're frozen. That could be disgusting. Carlotta already freezes, but now she'll freeze bigger. Electro Flare. Certain electro attacks will inflict stackable electro flare on enemies. While electro flare is active, it weakens the target's attack, with more stacks further reducing their strength. This actually seems really good, really fun, and you know what? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and see how it goes. It really depends on who all is getting this, but this might be a secret stealth combat overhaul to give everybody more damage that they didn't even talk about. This could be game-changing. This could change everything. Rest in peace, Mtash. Congrats on the kid.